Welcome to Pune, the 8th largest metropolis and the largest city of Maharashtra. Located at the junction of the Mula and Muta rivers, Pune is called the Queen of the Deccan, largely because it was once the base of the Peshwas of the Maratha Empire. The Shaniwar Wada, a 13-storied palace built by Bajirao I, is a historical landmark that offers a glimpse into the Maratha Empire and the Peshwa era, with impressive architecture, fountains and gardens. Pune is known for the Grand Aga Khan Palace, built in 1892 and now a memorial to Mahatma Gandhi, whose ashes are preserved in the garden. The Yerawada Jail in Pune, built by the British in 1871, is one of the largest prisons in South Asia and is known for its historical significance, having housed many Indian freedom fighters like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. Pune is now also a popular tourist resort, offering cool weather, historic and religious monuments. Srimant Daggu Seth Halwai Ganpati is the epitome of pride and honor to the city of Pune. Devotees from every part of India and the world come here to pray to Lord Ganesha every year. The 8th century Pataleshwar cave temple is dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. Pune has long been a major educational and cultural center. Former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru referred to it as the Oxford and Cambridge of India. The Poona Club is also a landmark on the city map, and the 18-hole golf course, sprawled over 95 acres of manicured pedigreed ground, is acknowledged as one of India's top 5 courses. The Poona Club golf course is only 18 golf course situated in the city, dotted with majestic banyan trees and other flowering trees. The course is well appreciated for its water bodies and fast and true greens. This week, it plays host to the 22nd event on the PGTI calendar, and the Poona Club Open 2025 boasts of Rs 1 crore prize money. 57 players have made the cut, applied at 2 over 144. Hyderabad's Mohammad Azhar, the first round leader, carded a 70 in round 2 to drop 2 places to 3rd position at 8 under 134. Shaurya Bhattacharya struck a tournament low of 8 under 63, while Yuvraj Sandhu posted a 4 under 67 on day 2 as the duo emerged joint halfway leaders at a total of 10 under 132. Delhi-based Shaurya, a winner on the PGTI this season, jumped 13 spots from his overnight tied 14th place. All eyeballs will firmly be on Shaurya and Yuvraj to bolster their chances of a title win on the moving day. Heavy overnight rain forced play to be delayed by 2 hours, and now the biggest challenge for the golfers would be navigating the course in these conditions.
It's been raining all day, and that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we did not intend to keep you away from all of the action, but the rain gods had their own plans. The spirits, though, haven't dampened, and we are going to be seeing an umpteen number of birdies here from the professionals at the PGTI. You take a look here, 23 degrees centigrade here at Poona. Right in the heart of the city is the Poona Club, one of the most picturesque courses that you could see. Relayed a couple of years ago from into a new design, even though the layout remains the same. The golf course adorned its new look in terms of the grass used, as well as the undulations on the greens and the speeds of the greens changing over that last relay that they had. It's not very windy, just a little bit of wind here at the golf course today. And as we now catch up with the action, Jairaj Sandhu, left-handed golfer, opening up with that little missed putt that we just saw. And N. Thangaraja, the spicy Sri Lankan, now looking for his own birdie putt here at the short par 4, hole number 10.
He's been a man in form, Rahul. He's won 3 times already on the this season. Most recently, I think in Chennai. So he's a man to watch out for, certainly, and capable of putting in, a late challenge, as he's shown repeatedly through the season.
The interesting thing about this golf course, and then Thangaraja finding no trouble there on hole number 11. The interesting thing about the Poona Club golf course is that anyone can really get off to a hot streak over here. The length is not something which is really required off the tee, but anyone who can, attack with their wedges and be very sharp with their putter can make n number of birdies out there, especially on that back nine. The front nine, the start of the front nine usually is a bit tough. The first 3 holes can play pretty tough here at the Pune club, and then if you open up your scorecards, you will see there is going to be max number of bogeys probably in the first 3 holes, and after that things kind of seem to get settled down for most of the players, and lots of reds, pinks, and so on and so forth. Colorful scorecards thereafter is what we see, and the Pune club is the supporter of this tournament. It's the second edition of the Pune Club Open, and the tournament is supported also by the title sponsors Vencob and NECC, as well as Ventiv, SKS Fasteners, Alika, Marble Realtors, Shubban Investments, DFMC, Automech, and Kinetic. Novotel Pune Nagar Road also is the associate partner for hospitality of this tournament. The tournament features the regular from the DP World Tour, Veer Alawat, 2025 PGTI ranking leader Yuvraj Sandhu, Arjun Prasad, Angad Chima, Shaurya Bhattacharya, and Om Prakash Chauhan, as well as Manu Gandas. And of course, the international challenge for this week is being carried forward by N. Thangaraja as well as Subhash Tamang. Thangaraja coming in from Sri Lanka and Subhash Tamang from Nepal. You seem to have one of the players here stuck in the rough. It seems like a ruling is what is required over here. A local challenge here at the Pune club has been led by Rohan Dole Patil, Pranam Madikar, Gurki Shergill, who is a former winner on the PGT of India, Akshay Damale, Praveen Patare, Aaron Rocky, Aditya Bhandarkar, Samir Sheikh, Rajiv Datar, Jaideep Patwardhan, and Sunil Galpade.
As per the tournament rules, Rahul, I think this if you get caught behind the advertising boards, I think you're in a bit of trouble, because I think it's classified as temporary immovable obstruction. So that is also going to play something of a role, I'm sure, in making sure that the players try to stay even more accurate, because you stray offline on this course, it looks like you have to play a little differently to sort of recover from going under the trees or into the rough.
So we take a look now at Yuvraj Singh coming up from the left rough here on the 11th hole. Yuvraj seems to have found himself a little bit in the rough. Let's see what he does from this position. Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala, currently at a tie for 6th position, 1 under par for the day, 7 under par for the tournament. The green speeds today have down by a foot thanks to the rains, and Yuvraj Singh Sandhu finds himself on the putting surface for a birdie. Pin today on the 11th hole is 31 in from the front and 3 from the right. So the pin's up at the back. I think Yuvraj has placed himself beautifully for this location. All of 384 yards, but the tee shot has the water hazard on the right side. That's what makes things a little bit tough for the players. Arjun Prasad also coming from a similar location as did Yuvraj.
Seems to be a popular line to approach this green, Rahul, because looks like you get a clean shot at the dance floor.
So 100%, Rahul. It's the line to the green is actually pretty clear from there. But the only challenge will be whether the player can gauge what the club is going to do while it interacts with the rough, and especially with the rains having wreaked havoc this morning. I think that the rough tends to get a little heavier, so even more of a challenge for the players.
Another very good-looking shot from Arjun Prasad there. Hunting for the green. Looks like he's even hunting for the pin, trying to get it as close to the peg as he possibly can.
Seems like we've lost sight of Arjun's golf ball. Assuming we'll find it pretty soon. We can still see Yuvraj's golf ball shining pretty bright on the green. He should have something around a 60-footer for a birdie attempt, but putt nonetheless. As we take a look at the players, the third player from this group is awaiting to get that ruling and hit that shot, playing alongside Manu Gandas. It seems like Arjun Prasad is having to hit another ball, maybe a provisional here for his second. The OB line is at the back of the green over here, so not very far from the back edge. So if he's caught it like a flyer, it could be in trouble.
You also did mention, Rahul, that there is water to the left of the green, if I'm not mistaken.
Left as we see it on our screens right now, but
Right.
actually right when you hit
On
the
the
tee
right.
shot.
Okay.
So if you can see something white behind that Novotel board, that's where the water hazard is at.
So that's not really in play as far as the green is concerned then.
Yes, so it pretty much comes into play on the first shot, but not so much for the second shot. There we've got young Anshul Kaptial. Anshul Kaptial, who's playing alongside Manish Thakran and Manoj S. Anshul Kaptial not quite having the kind of day that he would have liked. Neither is Manish, both turning at 3 under par for the tournament through the front nine, looking to do some damage here on the back nine. Harsh Gangwar turning at 3 under par and made four pars in the back nine so far to be at 4 under for the tournament. We've also got Abhinav Lohan trying to race up and cook something special of his own, currently at 6 under par. Shivendra Sisodia at 7 under par with a 2 under on the front nine. Varun Parekh also with 3 under par on the front nine, just like Enthangaraja, and now at 7 under. We take a look at Manish Thakran. 3 under par coming up from the left side of the green here on hole number 10. The 10th hole here is a par 4 at the Poona club. One can, it's a dog leg towards the left, but some of the players who've got kind of a brutish behavior will go over the left trees. So they can really pump that ball over the trees and up onto the green. It's quite a tough tee shot because the trees are pretty much standing right in front of your face. But some of the creative and the big bangers of the golf ball can reach up to the green in one. We've also got Shamim Khan, whom we are the former number one on the PGTI at 5 under par for the day and 5 under par for the tournament. So he himself is having quite the time. And like I said, it's not a course of length, it's a course of good wedge play and good putting. And that's the guy who's going to win this week. Currently, of course, Yuvraj Sandhu leads the way. Manish Thakran has a short attempt here about 5-6 feet away for a birdie. Manoj S has cleaned up. Stays at 9 under for the tournament.
There's a good number of players making use of the condition of the softer conditions today, Rahul. There's, as you said a little while ago, there's a large sprinkling of pinks and reds on the scoreboard, indicating birdies and better. So on moving day actually is proving to be very, very much so, because we've seen Manu Gandas is on the move. Manoj has kept a clean card so far, as Thanga. So it's bunching up very nicely heading into the final day. In fact, into the final stretch of the third day. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's Thakran just leaving his putt a little on the high side. He had a difficult chip on, Rahul, because it was a downslope all the way from where he was, and the ball ran on a bit further than he would have liked, certainly.
Manish seems to have dropped a shot here on the short par 4. I think he did quite hit that shot pretty well, though, from off the green. I think it's the putt that got him, miffed there. And there we have our leader, Yuvraj Sandhu, now coming up on hole number 10. Yuvraj, who made 7 birdies yesterday after a not so great start on the front nine, made amends and was able to come up with a 4 under par to be at 10 under total. This hole is only of 322 yards. In fact, Yuvraj should be able to get up there onto the green with his 3-wood. The only condition here is going to be, can he draw this ball enough and can he hit this high enough to get it onto the green? Knowing at his skill set, should be no trouble. Pin is on 7 in from the front and 5 from the left, leaving it a fairly approachable pin position. Players, of course, would be better off trying to hit this ball just past the green. That's where they're going to get the easiest up and down from. Greens, of course, might have softened up plenty with the rains, and that, of course, gives the players the leverage to be a little more aggressive. Manu Gandas just a few minutes ago made a birdie here on the 10th. Abhinav Lohan made an eagle today, and Angad Chima too made an eagle. Seems like a pin position players don't find any trouble with. Yuvraj Sandhu, as he hooked that one enough, a little more,
And he's certainly urging it on to the left.
and little more was needed, but he should be in fine fettle there to be able to make an up and down right next to Vencob, one of the sponsors for this week. We take a look now at Shaurya Bhattacharya. Shaurya also going with a fairway wood here, a 3 wood.
A terrific recovery yesterday, Rahul. I mean, I think he was 8 under for the day.
Yes, one bogey on the scorecard and 9 birdies yesterday for Shaurya.
Tremendous. He climbed all the way from 13th or 14th into a share of the lead. So here's another young man in good confidence and good form.
Well,
Won early during the series and during the season. I beg your pardon. Sorry, you were saying something now.
No, absolutely. I mean, early during the season is when he won, and hopefully he can cook up a few more wins. He's been knocking on the door almost every tournament that he's played, and let's see what he does this week. Shaurya Bhattacharya coming up with this 3 wood, trying to hook this one back into the green. Can he cook it enough? Seems like he's leaked that one a little bit to the right. And yes, very similar position to where Yuvraj Sandhu is. Both the players should be having an opportunity from there to make an up and down. So we take a look now at Mohammad Azhar.
And as you were talking about the need for accuracy here, you're seeing someone needing to play from out from under one of these fairly mature trees.
It's Yuvraj Sandhu coming from just short of the green over here. In fact, it looked like it had gone over the green, but it was just short of the green. He's did it pretty fine. He's just under about 8 feet for a birdie.
Very good recovery from there, Rahul. He had to play it with very soft hands, cater for a slight rise. The green is climbing away from him
Yuvraj has done a
towards the
good
pin.
job.
Shaurya in a similar predicament or position.
Shaurya in a pretty similar location as Yuvraj. And Yuvraj has now taken a 3 shot lead over Shaurya with birdies on 7, 8, and 9. Lone birdie from Shaurya Bhattacharya so far on the front nine, only on the par 5 7th hole. And comes up quite a bit short of Yuvraj's chip attempt. Shaurya should have about nearly 18 feet for a birdie.
Yeah, Yuvraj Sandhu certainly on the move. After that early setback on the third hole, he's picked up 4 shots before the turn, and that currently sits on a 3-shot cushion over Shaurya, who's in second place. But behind them, there's a fairly large and a growing bunch of challengers. Manu Gandas is on the move. He's moved up to 9 under, as has Manoj S.
Well, Manu Gandas is a former number one here on the PGT of India, has plied his trade a little bit on the DP World Tour for nearly, I think, 2 years now, and here he is being the challenger for this week's event as the leader group now moves in to the green of the 10th. May I now call my co-commentator, Mr. Rakesh Rao, to come and join us here at the commentary.
Shaurya taking his time over the putt. He knows he can't let Yuvraj Sandhu get too far ahead of him. There's already 3 shots in arrears, so he needs to stay with the leader. And it's moving day, as is popularly called, the penultimate day of any professional golf tournament. You can see Shaurya taking his time over lining up the putt. Careful read of the green. He needs this to go in to keep some pressure on Yuvraj Sandhu. Nice stroke there. And just as we were talking, a beautiful conversion from about 18 feet. As Rahul Bajaj is Shaurya Bhattacharya's coach. So he would feel very proud of that conversion. Mohammad Azhar, who was the day one leader, is up next. And we will have our event leader as well as PGTI Order of Merit leader Yuvraj Sandhu, who find themselves closest to the pin. Rakesh, it's been a good build-up to today. The rains, of course, playing an early role in delaying start, but no one's really complaining because the greens have becoming much more receptive, and we can see the scores are very low. Azhar with his putt, also finding the cup, and leading the way now for Yuvraj Sandhu. There's 2 birdies in this lead group. Azhar and Shaurya both finding the pin, and it's now up to event leader Yuvraj Sandhu, currently 13 under par, with 4 birdies before the turn after an early setback, having dropped a shot on the par 4 third hole.
So there you see the man who is leading the pack. He's been in awesome form all season, and like in spite of all that form, last 2 days what we've seen is he's off to a bad start, and then he has shown how to recover. Yesterday he dropped 3 shots, and then he found his form. Today he's dropped one, then found 4 birdies over the space of 5 holes, trying to get fourth in on the trot, and he just misses it.
Interestingly, he was the one who was closest to the hole, and he's the only one of this group of 3 who failed to find a birdie on this hole. So that sort of gives Shaurya a little bit of breathing space, brings him a shot closer. So it's Yuvraj Sandhu now 13 under, Shaurya Bhattacharya with that birdie moving to 2 shots of the leader.
Interestingly, Rahul, the only par 5 hole on the front nine today has seen that out of the top 16 players on the leaderboard, out of these 16, 15 have found like birdie or less. Only one par out of the top 17 players on the leaderboard on par 5 seventh.
Anshul Kaptial with his putt on the 11th green. Long putt, just ball looks like it stayed a little high. Yes, Rakesh, generally tends to be with professionals, and particularly on shorter courses, that the par 5s, they generally look at them as being birdie
hole, yeah.
or even better holes.
Even
That's
better,
where
yeah.
they really cash in.
True.
The shorter, and again, like Rahul Bajaj mentioned a little while ago, this is not a very long course.
Yeah.
And with the distance these young men get these days off the tee. It's reachable, fairly certain that you will pick up a shot pretty almost every opportunity on every par five that you want. Though at the same time, it must be mentioned that on the back nine there is a par five which is pretty long, almost 600 yards, 592 yards. So that will also, again, not a great test for these players. They really are long off the tee. The birdie putt coming up there. Oh my! That popped in and out of the
Out.
hole.
Yeah.
That will hurt.
Naturally.
And he's looking a little shocked at what just happened. It actually was online, but maybe the pace ball came in a little too hot. And Anshul now looking to clean up. Certainly, the rain, Rakesh, has helped scoring conditions because the greens have softened up, so the players can attack even more than they would otherwise.
Yeah,
And
it is very clear that now that the sun is out, now it's getting baked just the right amount for it to have the right pace, and the players are really nailing it. And I think most of the golfers, even started either with par or a dropped shot, but slowly over the next few holes, they all got their act together. So
if you look at the pattern, it's
yeah,
the front nine, particularly the opening 3 or 4 holes,
yeah.
that are proving to be a test for this field. And we've seen the pattern for the first 2 days as well.
Yeah, it's so
And
consistent
very
that the first, yeah,
similar today.
yeah,
We've had a whole lot of bogeys
yeah,
on the very first hole itself.
yeah.
So testing
Especially the
par four.
first four holes, in
Yes,
particular.
and the back nine
Beginning,
tends
yeah,
to be a little more scoring
little more
friendly.
kind, yeah. These guys.
Yuvraj Sandhu yesterday dropped 2 shots early, but came back very strongly. Shaurya Bhattacharya dropped 1 shot and then thereafter had 9 birdies to climb up the leaderboard all the way up to a share of the lead alongside Yuvraj. So, and Azhar, who was the day one leader, has not had a great day today. He's part of this group, but he's well down the order at the moment
4 over par for the day.
for the day, which is she would be very, very unhappy with his own performance, of course.
Yeah, you start at -8, and around the turn, you see yourself having already dropped 4 shots.
That's right.
Whereas your two playing partners, they're only adding to the gains, and the distance between Azhar and his two playing partners is huge now. It's like Azhar is at -4, Shaurya at -11, and leader Yuvraj Sandhu at -13.
In fact, one of the 2 double bogeys in a row, one of them came on the par five, which otherwise has been a
True.
happy hunting ground.
Yeah.
In the top 15, there is just one par.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's been a host of birdies and 2 eagles as
Two
well.
eagles as well.
So, yeah, Azhar will be kicking himself for whatever he's done wrong on that hole. But again, this is a very heavily tree-lined course, Rakesh. And if you go offline, you're really having to play recovery all the way. As you can see from this shot, this is exactly what we were
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Thanks to our drone pilots giving or just
Great
exactly
Yeah.
what we were referring to,
Yeah.
and gives you a longish fairways, but very, very straight, very narrow. So accuracy, obviously,
Much
at
like
a
the
premium.
14th and the 15th of the DGC, if you see the layout of the thing, I mean,
That's right.
you can actually.
So event leader and order of merit topper at the moment, Yuvraj Sandhu on your screen. 13 under for the tournament, 3 under for the day. He will feel he's missed out on that chance on the 10th, where both his playing partners, Azhar and Shaurya Bhattacharya, picking up a shot each. Azhar, of course, needing that to revive his round, which he's, like Rakesh just mentioned, he's in arrears for the day. And he would certainly like to turn things around. And on the back nine at the Pune club has been conducive to low scores. So let's see and hope that Azhar rediscovers his mojo, so to say.
Yeah.
Shaurya Bhattacharya with his approach. on the 11th. The more you're dialed in with your short game and your putting, Rakesh, on this course, the more you will benefit. And we've seen even a couple of hours that we've hour or so that we've been on air, that this is exactly the pattern that happened. Though Shaurya was not in a great position on this hole. The further left you are, like Yuvraj is, that is a better line to find the green, because staying on the right side of the fairway kind of closes out your sight line to the green. So Shaurya would have had to have probably played a safe shot and then look to recover from there. But Sandhu definitely in a much better spot. He has a straight line to the green.
If you remember, like yesterday, Shaurya made his inward, like 9 in 33, whereas Yuvraj needed only 31. So this is where they need to just remember that this is where they need to just go after every single pin. And yesterday, Yuvraj had as many as 5 birdies on the back nine. So today, of course, he didn't get one on the 10th, where he just about missed it. But I'm sure he's eyeing many more here.
Exactly what we were talking about. He's got a clear shot at the pin from where he is. It's on the edges of the rough, but you can see the ball clearly, so it's not going to test him unduly. Fine young player. He's been in good form through the season. Playing with very soft hands. Probably not as close to the flag as you would have liked, but still right in the heart of the green with that shot.
The cursor from the screen. Just move the cursor down.
I think they were waiting all this while for Azhar to find his way back into because he had gone much further left than he would have liked by the looks of it. And so Yuvraj Sandhu had to wait till Azhar, his playing partner, had found his way back safety. Shaurya, as we said, had no option but to go for the extreme left edge of the green from where he was. The right side of the fairway is not where you want to be on this hole because it kind of shuts out a look at the flag. So he will have a 2 putt for par or an extra. Oh, he's actually chipping on from where he is. He'll want to get as close to the pin as possible and make sure he doesn't squander the gains that he picked up. The gain that he picked up on 10, where Yuvraj Sandhu, as we just saw a little while ago, the only one of the three who did not pick up a shot, Shaurya and Azhar both getting birdies immediately after the turn. Shaurya now with the chip. His third shot on hole number 11. It's a low runner. Looking good. Looking very good indeed. Excellent judgment of what he needed to do with this one. And
Shaurya literally, like read it so well. I think the length was almost there, just about a foot and a half beyond the cup, but it was a long one from there. So very well read.
again, given the skill level of these players, Rakesh, and the amount they practice and the knowledge they have of just what they need to do to play to what distance from what lie, and it's quite astonishing. So Yuvraj now looking to regain that three-shot cushion that he had over the field till the 10th hole, and he has given himself a fairly good chance, though he's not as close to the pin as he would have liked, given from where he hit his approach shot, his second shot, mid-range putt. Looks to be about 20 odd feet, 25 feet. Certainly will feel that he has left himself, could have done better with that approach. But then he's been in very good touch with the putter, as you've seen. Picked up 7 shots yesterday. He's already 4 up for the day. And looking to restore that 3-shot cushion over the field. Had to cater for a bit of a dance, and he just nailed that. This is exactly what we're saying. His putter has been hot,
Absolutely.
and
red hot.
very, very calm conversion. Not an easy putt at all. You had to cater for the fact that he came over a bit of a rise, and the green falling away from him. Here's a nice little replay for you. Exactly what we're talking about. The spine in the center of the green, and the ball just slowing down perfectly. Beautifully judged. That restores his 3-shot cushion now. Shaurya will look to clean up to make sure that he walks off this with a par. Azhar before him. And even as they line up their putts, Rahul Bajaj is back for his next stint with the microphone. Hand over.
So Azhar has had a tough day and trying to make amends after the last holes. Birdie there, but I think just misses it here. Let's just remind our viewers that Azhar was day one leader and started the day at 8 under, dropped 4 shots on the way today. It's been a little tough for him, but back nine should give him some hope.
Take a look now at Shaurya Bhattacharya putting for a par here on hole number 11. Not the longest of par fours, but quite a clever one. This you've got to hit an iron off the tee. Lots of players go in with a 5-iron off the tee. Some of the players like to take a little more aggressive approach and hit a driver down the left side of the fairway. Let's see if Shaurya can save himself a par here and go home with no damage into the next hole, par 5, hole number 12. And he does. No trouble here. And that would keep him at 11 under par, while Yuvraj Sandhu with that long birdie putt is now moved up to 14 under for the tournament. For those of you who are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Poona Club for the Poona Club Open 2025. Players here playing for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees. Yuvraj Sandhu, our leader, on the screen right now with that nearly perfect putt, literally giving us that drama on the screen with a touch of a pause of the ball on the edge and disappears right into the ground thereafter. The second edition of the Poona Club. This is the 22nd event of the PGTI season. Prize purse of 1 crore rupees. This tournament has been supported by Vencob and NECC, as well as Ventiv, SKS Fasteners, Elika, Marvel Realtors, Shabban Investments, TFMC, Automech, and Canadic. Also, Novotel Poona is the associate partner, and the host venue, of course, is the Poona Club, right in the heart of Poona city, very close to where the Yarwara jail is, and so is the airport, very much in the vicinity of the two. Yarwara jail, of course, famous for having hosted some of the superstars of Bollywood as well.
Absolutely.
Naming
I
none.
also remember that one big name. Um,
Brilliant shot here on hole number 13. Long par 3, this one. Players have to usually hit about 190 to 200 yard shot, and fine effort here, giving himself an opportunity of just about 15 feet for a birdie. The tournament, of course, started with a field of 126 players, 57 players.
When it's just another day and you want something special. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chicken. Frankie's chicken in minutes. 4 minute, 5 minute, 6 minute chicken. Frankie's chicken in minutes. Frankie's chicken in minutes.
Chicken wings, chicken cutlets, chicken salami, chicken nuggets, chicken tikka, chicken tenders, chicken pops, chicken burger.
Cooks in minutes, gone in seconds.
Come together with Brenkies.
मम्मी से नो अंडा इन समर।
क्यों? तू समर में खेलता नहीं क्या? समर में एनर्जी नहीं लगती क्या? ज्यादा लगती है।
अंडा तो हर सीजन में सुपर हिट है।
सुपरस्टार है ये। सर्दी हो या गर्मी, संडे हो या मंडे,
रोज खाओ अंडे।
When it's just another.
As we are now back at the live action here from the Pune club, we have on our screen Manu Gandas, who is currently at 10 under par, breathing down the necks of Shaurya Bhattacharya and Yuvraj Sandhu on this penultimate day, the moving day of any golf tournament. We have Yuvraj Singh on our screen, who's hit himself slightly over the green here on hole number 13. Yuvraj has had a bit of a slow down on the back nine with bogeys on hole number 10 and 11. A par on the par 5, hole number 12. One of the toughest par 5s that one could play. And now he sits at 5 under for the tournament. He's chosen to go with a putter from this back location. There we have the Poona club. In fact, right next to the wall that you see behind Yuvraj, that is where the Yarwada jail is. Proper lies being applied here due to the rains. We just saw the advert a few minutes ago from Elika, the home appliances. It's 13th hole, 209 yard par 3. The players mostly going with a 6 or a 5 iron. Some of the longer hitters, of course, going with a 7 iron. Yuvraj is a far way away from the flag location today. Flag is at 18 in and the center of the green. He should be nearly about 35 or 40 feet away, putting now for birdie. A smooth putting stroke there. Yuvraj Singh just about leaving it on the low side. Yuvraj will have that for a par. Nice attempt there from a long range from Yuvraj for his birdie.
Yesterday, Yuvraj was the one who nailed most of his birdies from about 10 to 15 feet. Anything that was around 12, 13 feet, he could just nail it. So I think he has the confidence going every time he sees an opportunity, even from that distance.
Arjun Prasad with that brilliant tee shot, putting for birdie here on the 13th. Unfortunately, Arjun not finding the bottom of the cup there. Arjun's had a bit of a hiccupy start and turned at 2 over par for the front nine, but he's trying to make amends. Has started the back nine with a triplet of pars, and I think this again is one. As we now take a look at Manu Gandas, Manu currently at 10 under par has given himself a 25 footer here for a birdie. This putt to tie alongside Shaurya Bhattacharya on second position. Yuvraj Sandhu, one of those players, who once he can get off to making some birdies, he can really make lots and lots of them. In fact, 8 unders and 9 unders are something that this man is not oblivious to. He knows them and he can back them up. Manu now. Manu's been battling a wrist injury, as I hear, and what is commendable is that he still is up there and out there, competing week after week, even though he's battling that injury on his hand. I believe that a lot of shots he actually leaves the club in the follow through, not like that one. So I hear that especially on his drives, he ends up leaving the club with one hand because of the jerk that the wrist receives. But commendable that he can hold his own with the game uh, at this high level, even though struggling with an injury. Yuvraj Singh now, namesake of the current leader, putting for a par here. Yuvraj Singh comes in all the way from Kapurthala. Fine professional, in fact, has been a top amateur golfer and played for the country uh, in his in his amateur career, and now going on to hold his own in his professional career as well. Playing his second year on the tour, Yuvraj Singh, youngster from Kapurthala, looking for a top 10 finish this week. We have a drone view here of the Poona club. Very old golf course and one of the finest ones that have been in this country. One of the few courses in Maharashtra which have, sort of always held their own. Poona is right up there. In fact, this year a new golf course gets added to the PGTI calendar, the Khargar golf course, the Sidco Khargar, and players would be playing their first professional event in Navi Mumbai in the month of December, just a month and a half away from now. Yes, he gets it. Ronald Cooker. Ronald Cooker, who is currently at 1 over par and finishes up on the 9th hole. Back on the 13th hole, the par 3. Brilliant hole, this one. The green is very smartly designed. It has very less number of undulations to be seen with the naked eye, but there are enough curvatures on the green, slopes from the back to the front. As we now take a look at the players teeing off here. And Thangaraja, Jairaj Sandhu and Veera Lawat now coming up onto the 13th hole. Brilliant shot here and birdie putt attempt about 30 feet away, both the players. We have the 1106 group and Thangaraja, Jairaj Sandhu and Veeralavat now walking down onto the 13th hole. Thangaraja currently at 7 under for the tournament. Has dropped one shot. My error here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the group of 1128, Manoj S, Anshul Kaptial and Manish Takran coming in onto the 13th. Thangaraja has already played the 13th hole, and in fact, he's even finished the 14th, currently at 7 under par. Om Prakash Chauhan, bogey free round today, 2 under par with holes to play. Par 5, 12th hole. A brilliant shot here. Ball sitting right next to the pitch mark, putting a lot of spin onto the golf ball. Surely playing it like a dart game.
So that's
This
a
is
rare
the-
sight of a like water hazard on the course.
Yes, that's
You don't get to see them very often.
the hole number 12
Yeah.
is a pretty tough hole here at the Poona Club. It's a par 5. Whether you choose to play it as a 2-shot hole or whether you choose to play it as a 3-shot hole, in both the routes, this hole is one of the tougher par 5s that one would play. Very tough tee shot. Only players who can fly at good 310 yards would be going with a driver, because there is a corner of that the OB line as well as the water hazard on the right side that do come into play. So players only who can fly at good 300 yards plus are the ones whom you will find going for it. And if you're going in 3 shots, players would have to hit about a 5-iron off the tee, play it as a layup, and then probably a 3-wood or a 5-wood for their second shot to lay it up short of that water hazard, and then another shot to get to this green. Yuvraj Sandhu now walking up onto this hole, and that is his shot. No mercy from Yuvraj Sandhu being shown towards the golf course at all. A man dressed up in fiery orange today, and he's fierce on the golf course too. We've got
like week after week, every time Sandhu has played, what we see is that he's in contention. The only tournament that he missed just before the PG, I mean the event which happened here in Delhi, the DP World India Championship. That was the only bad week he had for a long time, at least in India.
That's a little bit of a jungle view of Shaurya Bhattacharya coming up from where he seems to have hit it on the 13th hole and flopped it brilliantly from over those trees, giving himself a less than 15-foot opportunity for a birdie. Seems like he's gone on to the green in 2 shots and taken up that chance. And with that flop shot, has still given himself an opportunity for birdie here.
It's really great to see Shaurya, attacking the pin. He wants to create chances. He's not just waiting for things to happen. He's showing a very positive intent, because he knows that he can't let Sandhu just walk away with it. So 3 shots apart, but the top 2 are looking good.
Well, it's still early days here at the Poona Club Open, but certainly, the Sandhu seems to be running away with making birdie after birdie to be in the lead now. About 7 holes to go, and all the 7 holes, I can promise you, are packed with action. 2 par 5s. We have got 3 par 4s, out of which 2 are very much makeable birdie opportunities for these players. And how the greens are playing this week at the Poona Club, pretty much all the 7 holes are a birdie opportunity for a guy who can strike it on the green in regulation. Now taking a look at Mohammad Azhar, currently at 4 under par. Watch this ball go from the right towards the left. Nearly starting that golf ball at Yuvraj's marker. Look at the amount of slope there. It's very tough to gauge. So if from the look of the screen, if you can tell, it doesn't look like there's that much slope, but there's a lot of slope that goes from the right to the left on that putt, nearly moving a grip and a half on just about 12 feet. It goes to show how Sharia's as well as Yuvraj's putt are going to be fairly fast going towards the hole. This one should break a little bit from his left to the right and downhill. So unfortunately, Bhattacharya seems to have left it on the high side of the hole, taps in for a par. Unfortunate miss here, but plenty holes to go as we now take a look at Yuvraj Sandhu. And Yuvraj push himself to 15 under par with this putt for birdie.
A huge opportunity for the leader to enlarge his lead.
This would take Sandhu 4 shots ahead of his nearest competitor. And of course, Manu Gandas will be 5 shots away if Yuvraj is to make this putt. The PGTI is one of the leading professional bodies of the Asian region. Tournaments being held in countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and of course, some players from across the world who come to play over here. Yuvraj Sandhu now drains that one in with no trouble, moving to 15 under par as the players now move to the 13th hole of the day. Birdies everywhere here at the Poona Club. For those of you who are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Poona Club Open 2025, 22nd event of the PGTI season. Players are playing here for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees, and that on our screen is Arjun Prasad, a man who got his maiden title just a few weeks ago at the Coimbatore Golf Club. Prasad stringing up all pars on the back nine so far. Was looking to make a birdie over here with another par attempt on the 14th. Pin today on the 14th is 17 in, 7 from the left. There's a little mound over there which plays slightly tough to gauge the speeds. 348 yards off the tee. Some of the players even going for a driver onto the green. There is a bunker on the front part, about a few yards short of the green, that acts as a bit of a hindrance to get up all the way on top. And lots of players would be electing to go with a driver or an iron depending on where the flag location is, if it's attackable or not. Arjun Prasad cleaning up there with a par. Manu Gandas short putt here. It's a tiny tap in for Manu Gandas. Manu also has played on the DP World Tour. He has been a number 1 player in India a couple of years ago. That was Arjun Prasad. A replay of the beautiful putts from this group. There we have the aerial view of the Poona Golf Club and the city that is around it. Back to the 14th hole on the tee box. Anshul Kaptial, a long hitter. Can Anshul make it to the green with his driver on this hole? Well, seems to have come up just about shy of it. Yuvraj Sandhu, the leader now on the 13th hole, teeing off, playing to about 209 yards today. Yuvraj with a little bit of a high draw tee shot. Brilliant shot here by Yuvraj, giving himself just about 15 feet for a birdie opportunity. Yet another birdie opportunity for him.
And in doing so, he has put Shaurya under immense pressure because he finds himself. I mean, of course, Shaurya is chasing Yuvraj, but the way Yuvraj is off the tee, on the greens, it's just been on fire.
Well, Yuvraj, certainly getting off to this hot streak, and we've seen this in the past that Sandhu does have that tendency that once he gets onto a hot streak with the putter, he can go on and on making birdies, and nothing deterrs him thereafter. And seems like that is one of the things that he's doing today very well. In fact, looking at yesterday also, with after being 3 over through the first 6 holes and making 7 birdies in the remaining 11, that was quite commendable. And seeing that today, he's actually brought that form on even to this day.
Yeah, he dropped a shot on the third, and thereafter he has collected 6 birdies and looking at a possible seventh.
For the viewers, it'll be interesting to know that the third hole is one of the toughest tee shots on this golf course. The the hole is flanked by an OB line on the left side and trees on both the sides of the fairway. There is hardly any space to drop it. And in fact, there is a little bit of a downhill and a side slope that goes on into the fairway as well, making it a really tough tee shot for the players. And the further you hit the tee shot, the narrower the fairway seems to become. So for the driver, it's the narrowest part to be in. So lots of players would be hitting their second shots, in fact, from nearly 200 yards away on this hole. So, you know, it's definitely one of the tougher holes out there.
No wonder we haven't had a single birdie on that hole today.
Interesting. Wow, that's actually true. There's no birdies at all on that hole. In fact, so is even the first hole is quite a tough hole. We have Yuvraj Sandhu with that birdie putt on hole number 11. Seems like a touch of anger from the 10th hole's birdie attempt missed there, but seems to have done it finally here on the 11th and the 12th as well. Yet another birdie opportunity now on this 13th hole. Both Shaurya as well as Yuvraj have set themselves up in a very fine place.
Rahul, if we have a look at the second round scores on the back nine here for both Shaurya and Yuvraj, between them they have birdied 9 times yesterday on the back nine. So they are very comfortable there. And so far we've seen Yuvraj has got 2 and Shaurya has got 1 on the back nine.
Azhar coming up from the right side of the hole here. He's a bit further away than the other players. He should be about 30 feet away. Got a little disturbed or distracted there on his backstroke. Now getting ready. A very aggressive attempt here by Azhar. And of course, why not? Because he needs to really pick up those shots, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's dropped far too many today. So he needs to be aggressive. He has to find the flag and attack it. Simple. Rahul, how good is Shaurya under pressure? You know him well. So I have to ask you this.
He's very good under pressure. In fact, that's the only thing that a good player has to do, right? Like everybody can hit the ball, everybody can putt well, pretty much. It's the great player is the one who can handle themselves and hold their own under pressure. You know, so I think there is no limit to it. Also, so one has to keep getting better at it. There is always going to be some things that you can do better, and performing under that sort of duress is important. And Shaurya Bhattacharya
Very
drains
nails
one
it.
in, moves to
Beautiful.
12 under par.
Very well done. Yeah.
So no pressure there.
No pressure there. And it was a little curly putt there. I mean, it's a really nice one.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Made it look so easy, really. Yeah. He read it very well. There it is for you again.
Well, I do believe that, what I said just a few minutes ago, that at the end of the day, every player can pretty much hit the ball. They all know how to score. You don't get to this level of playing unless and until you knew how to do that. But it's the person who can hold themselves under the duress of competition and the pressure, who can hold their own. Then that's what really counts. Sandhu, of course, a man who is no stranger to success. Yet another birdie attempt. Unfortunately, will stick around at 15 under par.
I think he stroked it far too firmly here. I think but then of course he's well within reach.
Well, just about a tap in left. I think that's fair to say that as good a speed control as one could have. Seems like it.
Yeah, he didn't lose any there. Yeah,
Probably a touch extra of line there for him. Azhar for a par. I like the way he attempted his birdie putt. Aggressive enough, yet very much in control of his putt.
very firmly hit putt. Yeah.
Beautifully done, and the gap between Sandhu and Bhattacharya now is down to 3 shots. Very early days here at the Poona Club Open. As we take a look at Manoj S. Manoj S not quite happy with that. Comes up just shy for a birdie. Manoj playing alongside a very young group of players, Manoj, Anshul and Manish Thakran. Anshul Kaptial, known to be a pretty long hitter of the golf ball.
Kaptial has had a horror start today. 4 straight bogeys, then dropped a 5th bogey on the 6th hole. Then there was partial redemption by finding a birdie on the next, but thereafter he's been very conservative, finding pars for 6 consecutive holes thereafter.
Kaptial putting for birdie here on the 14th. The not so long par 4. Very much a wedge game once you hit your drive on this hole. Very much a makeable uphill birdie opportunity. Ball should move a little bit from his left to the right. And Kaptial gets another shot back from the golf course. Now moves to 4 under par as he goes to the 15th hole. Manish, another long hitter, has been a winner on the PGTI Next Gen Tour. Kaptial there with a replay. Beautifully done. Trying to get some shots back from the course. The front 9, once you don't get off to a great start on those first 3 holes, it can be a bit treacherous, but Kaptial trying to hold his own. Manish Thakran now. Nicely done.
So here I leave you with 2 Rahuls as I welcome back Rahul Banerjee.
Rahul and Rahul.
Come to think of it, it's like rock and roll, Rolls Royce. So many R's on the table today. The commentary table, R and R. So that's lots and lots of rolling As you can see, lots of putts rolling in from various distances, some long ones, some short ones. I loved what Azhar did with his putt, Rahul, just now. I mean, he really went for it, and he was online. It was just that the ball bopped in and out of the hole, but it was a really good attempt.
It's stunning actually. I enjoy seeing players who go aggressively at their putts and but yet have that much of control that even if they go 5 to 6 feet by, they still make it back, right? And
That's
that kind of confidence is great because that just shows that doesn't matter if today is not your day, tomorrow you will come back and you'll make all those birdies and take them home with you.
correct. But it's the attitude, I think that's what you're saying, that counts. And you don't sort of just stop playing or stop attacking just because you've dropped a few shots here and there.
Absolutely, 100%. As we see the players now moving up onto the 14th hole, and here we are now on the 15th. The group of Yuvraj Singh. 15th also, the tee shot is a bit tough here depending on where the wind is from. The whole play is nearly a double dog leg, a little left right off the tee, and then after that the hole turns back a bit straight on. But, quite an interesting green now with this new layout that came up on the Poona Club a couple of years ago, has made this hole a little bit tougher than it used to be. There's a tree on the left side which, if you go with a driver and you're not able to carry that tree, you're going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place.
But all a fairly old-fashioned course by the way the very mature trees all around lining the fairways and all that. Old-fashioned sort of a layout.
Absolutely, this is an old school parkland design, but the fairways and the greens were relaid and redesigned a few years ago, and they had changed the grass. I'm not quite sure as to which grass they used. After the first batch that used to be, somewhat mostly a cowgrass kind of a course. And although that also was a pretty picturesque course, Manu Ganda's draining another one in here on the 15th hole. Brilliant putt there, all the way uphill. Brilliantly played.
Fairly contoured hole as well, Rahul, and it's you can see the slope from where the camera is sitting. It's
Arjun Prasad.
you've seen this course many times in the past, but the greens, from what we are seeing on camera, they look very smooth. I mean,
Yes, I think that the new grass that they've used on the fairways as well as on the greens, the course has become fantastic. In
It's really
fact, back in the day, also the greens used to be pretty phenomenal. Some of the fastest greens on the tour, and I remember, there used to be flag positions like on hole number 9. They used to put a flag position on the front left of the green, and you would find players there. They would try to get up, and you're pretty much left with just a chip after the tee shot. You would find so many double bogeys on that hole just because of the way that slope was designed and the speed of the green. So tough to hold up. People would chip the ball up.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद 2 decades of creating history, 50 iconic projects, 450 buildings, 9,000 families strong at Pune's most prestigious prime addresses: Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Koregaon Park, Boat Club Road. Experience the pinnacle of luxury with Marvel Realtors.
As we get back to all of the live action here, that was Marvel Realtors, one of the sponsors for this week's Poona Club Open. There we've got Yuvraj Sandhu has found himself just short of the green. He should be about 10 or 15 yards short in the rough. But very much good place to be for looking at this flag, which is 17 in and on the left side of the green. So he's got plenty of room to work with.
the good thing is, Rahul, you can actually see the ball even if when it's in the rough. You can even just get a glimpse of it. In some places, Ball, like during the DP World Open at the DGC, moment the ball left the first rough, first cut, it would just vanish into the grass. So here, I mean, it's you're certainly looking at keeping the cushion as wide as possible as he can from young Shaurya, who's not taken a step back through the day.
Sandhu playing up that one fairly confidently, coming up just about short of the hole. I think should be pretty much a makeable birdie opportunity. Seems to have gauged it, or the ball must have just stopped a bit quicker than he would have gauged it. Shaurya Bhattacharya coming up from the fairway with his own chance to make an up and down. And could he chip this one in to make an eagle? Let's find out.
Overall, they've kept a good pace of play considering the fact that the rain delayed start by almost 2 hours, and we're not really that far behind on the
Well,
clock. So there's just 4 holes to go after this, and this is your lead group. So very commendable, I must say, of the players as well as tournament officials who've managed to keep things moving. Nice soft hands, and you can see two very good opportunities right in front of you on this 14th green.
Well, Shaurya is about 4 feet away, and Yuvraj just about 6 feet away from the hole. Mohammad Azhar is also on the green, though I will await the confirmation whether he's there in one or in two. Could very well be there in one shot.
It's a long curving putt there for Azhar from the edge of the green.
As Mohammad Azhar gets ready for his putt, PGTI season is still quite busy. This is the 22nd event, and we also have the Trident Open from the 11th of November at the Chandigarh Golf Club coming up. We've got the Indian Oil Servo Masters at the Digboy Golf Links coming up for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees. We've also got the PGTI Players Championship presented by Victoria's Choice to be held at Rambagh Golf Club, Jaipur. I will get back to this entire list as we take a look now at Azhar. Azhar is putting for birdie. Can it stay online and can it get up there? Unfortunately, comes up just shy. After all that praise, Mr. Banerjee, Mohammad Azhar leaves one just short of the hole.
I was just looking at that and saying, why didn't you go for it the way? Because that was a good line. I mean, I think he was on line. The ball had turned perfectly towards the center of the cup, and he just died away.
Well, the brilliance of this game, right? A little up and a little down, and a little left and a little right, and what could really happen?
So true, so true. I mean, Yuvraj's putt, I think, on the previous hole was almost did a full circle before dropping in. I think we saw one of Rory McIlroy's putt on the final day at the DGC do more than a full circle before falling in. Normally it spits out, but that one actually dropped in, and he looked the most surprised and relieved of. There were about almost 600 people around the green, and he was certainly the most surprised and relieved.
Do you think that Rory is the one who like created that drama on purpose, or
given his skill sets, quite possible? Don't you think so? I mean, that guy, what a phenomenon, and it was so good to see that massive turnout. And what I really liked was to see there were so many youngsters, juniors, Yuvraj looking to add to his lead.
Sandhu to go to 16 under par. Unfortunately, that one's missed on the low side, quite unlike Sandhu. Sandhu should remain at 15 under. He's got a little bit of a putt left over there, but I think he's leaving room for the other players to finish as he might step on their line. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a part of etiquettes of golf. And if your feet are going to come somewhere on the line of another player, you, as a mark of respect, just first mark your golf ball and wait for them to finish before you do. Azhar has a pretty straightforward putt over here. Caddy Irfan giving him a strong line there. Irfan, who's been an old caddy here at the Pune Golf Club. Azhar, no trouble for him. Moving on now to the 15th with a par on his scorecard on the 14th. So we take a look now at Shaurya Bhattacharya. Can Bhattacharya make another birdie here on the par 4 14th and go up to 13 under par and reduce that gap between himself and Sandhu? And Manu Gandas has now moved slowly up to 11 under par with that birdie on the 15th hole. So he is well within striking distance. So be aware, both of the players. If you're thinking that this fight is just between the two of you, let me tell you, Manu Gandas as well as Veer Lawat both are making a mark of their own on this back nine. Bhattacharya moves to 13 under now and reduces the gap between himself and Sandhu to 2 shots.
Very timely birdie there, Rahul, for Shaurya, because, like you said, the heat is increasing from behind him, and from none less than the likes of two past PGTI Order of Merit winners, both played successively in the on the European Tour. Manu, of course, being the first to show the way there after Om Prakash Chauhan, and Mir Alawat, most recent beneficiary of the tie-up between the PGTI and the DP World Tour, which is the European Tour. And Yuvraj Sandhu now seeing his lead cut to just 2. Two fairly makeable putts by his standards, Rahul. He's a very, very fine putter, and just to see him not convert those 2 opportunities was a little surprising, to say the least.
Well,
I mean, you would also feel that.
Well, I think the game is such, right, where it's a bit of a mixed bag of good putts and not so good putts. You make some 30-footers, you'll probably not make a few 6-footers. I mean, it's not usual to see a top player missing a 6-footer, but I guess it's an amalgamation of all the goods and the bads that come together to finish your 18 holes. And I'm sure Sandhu's still got more opportunities left. The 15th, of course, is a tough par 4, but if you can drive it correctly and then hit a good wedge shot, you can still give yourself another birdie opportunity over here. And 16th becomes a bit of a tough par 3, and then the 17th is a tough par 4, while the 18th gives the players another opportunity to make a birdie, the par 5. Now we take a look at Manoj S. Manoj is coming up from the front portion of this green here on the 15th. The ball should turn from his right to the left, going uphill all the way. So let's see what Manoj does. Manoj comes up just short of the hole. Still have about 3 feet remaining. Manoj, who's also cooking up a good round, actually, currently at 9 under par for the tournament. 2 under for the day with just 2 birdies on hole number 7th and 9th and 0 blemishes on that scorecard.
I tell you, however irritated Yuvraj Sandhu will be with himself, one thing's for sure, no one behind him is complaining, because that's giving all of them a chance to, at least stay within touch of him, because at one point his lead had ballooned to 4 shots. It's now down to 2. Shaurya Bhattacharya is closest to him, or Yuvraj on 15. Here we see Anshul Kaptial with his putt, mid-range uphill.
Very similar position to where Manu was and made birdie here some time back, and Anshul Kaptial misses it on the left side of the hole.
Just skating past the cup.
Lots of eagles today on the course. Manu Gandas with an eagle on the 9th. We've got Shivendra Singh Sisodia with an eagle on the par 5 7th. Manu, of course, making that eagle on the 9th, which is a par 4. And Anga Chima making an eagle on the par 4, hole number 10. You've also got another eagle on hole number 7. Harsh Gangwar on the par 5. Got Abhinav Lohan with an eagle on the 10th hole, par 4. So plenty eagles out there today on the scorecard. As we take a look now at Manish. Manish coming up from past the hole here on the 15th. The ball's going to break a little bit from the left to the right. Slightly downhill, but owing to the rains earlier today, I think it will not be running too fast. Can still be pretty aggressive on that putt.
I think the change in pace fooled Manoj somewhat, Rahul, because he seemed to have sort of covered for it, but the ball still pulling up a couple of feet short.
Manish now for a birdie. And drains that one in. No trouble here for Manish Thakran.
He got a good teach out of his playing partners miss from the other side.
Well, with a lot of blues on the scorecard today, Manish finally dropping a birdie to recover from those drop shots. Now moves to 3 under par. We've got Manoj coming up for a par here to stay blemish free for the day. The holes really to look out for on this golf course, Rahul, are, I'm not sure when I say Rahul, I'm just talking to you, talking to myself. I don't know, it almost seems
It's
like
all
I'm
right.
a little delusional.
Like I said, it's a lot of R's rolling around here, so this is fine.
So some of the tough holes here on this golf course, the first, second, and third, they're a tough stretch to begin with. The second is a tough par 3. The first and the third are tough driving holes. And Yuvraj Singh here on our screen is back. And then you've got the closing stretch, which is the 16th and the 17th, again become slightly tough holes until the players can then breathe as they walk towards the clubhouse on the par 5 18th. I must tell you all that, back in the day, there used to be a joke on the 18th hole. When we get there, I'll tell you more about it. It's on the rough on the left side, and Yuvraj Singh making that putt on the 16th.
So if we are 15 under as things stand, and we have one more nice clean up there. $15 under as things stand with 4 holes to go after this. What would a likely winning score be? Are we can we see a 20 under on the card by the time tomorrow evening comes around? It certainly looks like a likelihood possible.
I think it's very possible, especially if this 15 under, I think, is going to move to 16 by the end of the day today. And very much a 20 under is a possibility. Angad Chima on the 17th. Chima currently at a score of 7 under for the tournament, 3 under for the day.
He's had a fairly eventful round today. Angad, lots of color on his card.
Tough hole, the 17th, the par 4. Long tee shot and narrow fairway. And then another shot to the second to the green. But the shot to the green actually isn't all that tough for these players. But finding the fairway first is certainly important. Miss towards the right usually is pretty all right off the tee. You might still have an opportunity to reach the green, probably with a low shot under the trees. And that's something that comes in handy, especially on these parkland style golf courses, as you can now see from the fairway from the greens, the eye of the camera as the players walk back all the way back. Mind you, only high quality cameras can zoom in all that far, so it's not that close. From the right side, you can still get a low shot towards the green, but from the left side, there is almost zero chance. You probably have to chip it out from there. We take this. Now look at the Young Guns group. Manish coming up onto the 16th. The green is protected here with trees on the left and the right.
Wow.
Brilliant shot here, and gives himself a very realistic birdie opportunity.
He uses some very good camera work as well, Rahul, through the day. I mean, catching the ball in flight on a day that's not really very bright. It's been fairly exceptional, one has to say.
Hey, English weather, is it?
Yes, and he was playing after the rains. I was just watching the Alfred Dunhill a few weeks ago. It was terrifying. Just to watch the speed of the wind and the rain actually coming down almost horizontally, the face of the players, and you had not just the professionals but a good number of amateurs battling away over there and coming up with some really good scores.
That's Tangaraja Woods in the woods.
Tanga in the woods.
Moving in from the right side of the fairway here. Tanga with one blemish on that back nine, now at 7 under. That's the shot that I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That low runner comes in very handy when you play Parkland style courses.
Beautiful.
Extremely important shot to sort of have in the bag. And Tangaraja plays most of his golf at a Parkland designed golf course, the Royal Colombo Golf Club in the heart of Colombo, Sri Lanka. That shot is certainly something that he would know how to play and execute. made
Talking
him
about
so.
rain is another thing Thanga would be very used to, because in Sri Lanka, it just the taps open up at the drop of a hat, and it can get ferociously rainy very, very quickly.
Really, is it? Do you mean in all parts of Sri Lanka,
I
or
mean, for
certain
years
parts?
when I covered cricket, I can't remember a single match that went by without some sort of a rain interruption. I was in Colombo in January, and managed to get around, and I couldn't play more than by the 14th hole. I had to swim my way back to the clubhouse. It was
Really,
that bad, yeah.
which golf course did you play?
At the RCGC, at the Royal Colombo.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so it can get very, very rainy very quickly. And it was fine in the morning when we set out, but
Hi, I am Kurush Hirji. Hi, I'm Karan Verma. And we're at the Poona Golf Club today, and we're going to play rock, paper, scissors for chicken tikka. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Good. Good. ये नहीं खा सकता Thank you to Pune Golf Club for the hospitality this week. The course is great, the hospitality is great, and trust me when I say the tandoor food here is the best. Cheers, guys.
What kind of a game is this where players get to putt and eat both at the same time? I think it seems like a lot of fun. I don't think any one of these guys was suffering, was it?
they seem to be working off the calories because they were running for whatever there was on the plate. So you putted and you ran. So maybe it was a bit of a balancing act there.
While we saw Kurush and Karan eating, we missed the approach shots of the players coming into the 15th hole. And need I say anything more? And we take a look now here. It's pretty good position here at the back of the green. Still got about 15, 18 feet for a birdie. Ball's going to turn quite a bit from the left to the right. This is a certain something about this angle of the camera. It just makes me a little dizzy with the slope.
It's almost like a fisheye, actually. It's kind of a that's and they've kept the camera in that same spot for a while, so it's constantly. Here you go again. That's I think the viewers will get exactly what we're talking about. And okay, they're straightening it out. They're listening to you, Rahul.
Well, someone straightened me out.
There you go. Let's look at the Pune Club and all the sponsors for the event.
Brilliant setting right in the heart of the city. In fact, the courses which are in the heart of the city tend to attract the maximum number of spectators. And Poona Club, of course, is one of the most historical courses in the entire Maharashtrian region. In fact, even in the entire Indian region. As we take a look now, back on the 17th hole, the tough driving hole. Manu Gandas coming up alongside Yuvraj Singh and Arjun Prasad. Players walking down the fairway now here.
Manu is, of course, currently in sole possession of third place on 10 under par. 5 behind the leader, Yuvraj Sandhu, and 3 behind the man closest to the leader, Shaurya Bhattacharya, on 13 under par. Veer Elawat, also like Manu, a past PGTI Order of Merit winner, is next up. So that's bunching up very nicely. Shivendra Singh Sisodia playing a good hand after that too early in the front nine. He dropped 2 shots, but has recovered very well to be on 8 under par.
So while the players walk down the fairway, just to complete what I was talking about the tournaments earlier, PGTI now moves after this to multiple venues. The tour is still very much right in the middle of its events. The 23rd event will be the Trident Open at the Chandigarh Golf Club. We've got the Indian Oil Servo Masters coming up from the 18th of November at Digboy Golf Links in Assam. We've got the PGTI Players Championship presented by Victorious Choice at the Ramba Golf Club in the heart of Jaipur again. We've got the Vishwa Samudra Open at the Delhi Golf Club. We have the Sidco Open 2025 at the Khargar Valley Golf Course. And we've got the Tata Open 2025 from the 25th of December till the 28th of December at Golmuri and Beldi Golf Clubs. And playing for a prize purse of 2 CR. Not only the Tata Open, also the Vishwa Samudra would be played for that prize purse. So lots of action still remains as we take a look at Shaurya Bhattacharya trying to move within 1 shot of Yuvraj Sandhu. Bhattacharya, that was his birdie attempt here on the 15th, the par 4, staying at 13 under par as he will move now to the 16th.
It's a good attempt, Rahul. I mean, he just left himself with barely a couple of inches to finish off with the tap in.
I think if I'm not wrong, the slope appears to be a lot from the left to the right, but if you notice his putt, it actually moved a little bit from the right to the left. It did not have any left to right break at all. So, could be a tricky line to read there, but a solid and a firm attempt at that. We take a look at Azhar. Azhar trying to find the bottom of the cup, unfortunately has come just shy of it. It's like a touch and go into the hole there. Sometimes you just hope that some sort of a gust catches this golf ball and just throws it into the hole.
There's absolutely no wind today. I mean, it's surprising. We don't see any movement in the vegetation behind Anshul Kaptial now. His putt.
As Anshul Kaptial now cleans up here, I call upon Kesh Rao to join us back in commentary.
Thank you, Rahul.
Entering the final phase of play on day 3. The lead group is now on hole number 16, which is, like Rahul Bajaj mentioned a little while ago, this is a testing little stretch before the breather on hole 18, 16 and 17 being real trials for the field. And we'll see how this group goes. The lead Yuvraj Sandhu had over the field at one point was 4 shots that has shrunk to 2. The overnight joint leader Shaurya Bhattacharya with a brace of birdies on 13 and 14 has closed the gap from 15 under for the leader to 13 under for Shaurya Bhattacharya. Manu Gandas is closest up next in sole 3rd place on 10 under par. Veer Alawat on his heels, 9 under par. This is the top 4. 5th place currently shared by Shivendra Singh Sisodia and Manoj S on 8 under par. This is the lead group on your screen. Shaurya Bhattacharya in the purple t-shirt in front of you. Yuvraj Sandhu on the right in the bright orange. The papaya, which has actually now become very popular, Rakesh. The way McLaren have, come storming through the Formula One field. They've already won the World Championship.
Yeah, true.
2 of their drivers are in the top 2 in the hunt for the individual title. And this color, their car, the livery is of this particular. And we had one on show at the Delhi Golf Club during the DP World India Championship.
Sure.
The papaya of the McLaren and Yuvraj Sandhu here on your screens, also in papaya. Taking inspiration from the speed and elegance of the Formula One cars, I'm sure. This young man lining up his tee shot. And we have, as always, every sports event in India has to be interrupted by a canine. And yet we have one more example. friendly dog putting in an appearance as Yuvraj. So testing par 3. As Rahul Bajaj told you, it's got trees on two sides, so you have to be pretty accurate with your tee shot. And we'll look to see what the result of that shot was. Long par 3, 200 odd yards. Shaurya Bhattacharya up next. He's still trying to locate Yuvraj's ball. It's the final phase of day 3, moving day of the 1 crore rupee Poona Club Open, the second edition of this 22nd event on the PGTI's calendar for 2025. And plenty of action to go after this. 2 events in November, 4 in December, and 1 remaining in this month itself. I mean, early in November, I beg your pardon. So that's plenty of money to be played for, plenty of action to look forward to on the domestic tour. Shaurya Bhattacharya now tees off, looking to clear the trees and find the green, and he's looks to have come up just short. But by the you can see you had a glimpse of his ball there, just the top of it, the crown of the ball peeping above the grass. And now Mohammad Azhar, the third member of this lead group, who was actually the day 1 leader at the Poona Club Open, the second edition of the Poona Club Open, Azhar. The looks of it seems to have overshot the green. The penultimate group, or the third group from the finish, Manu Gandas on 4th the screen. Yuvraj Singh and Arjun Prasad, the other 2 members.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
Yeah, there you are. Think.
Someone had to play his way out of the bunker. You see the caddy tidying up behind. That was the play we were looking for. Manu Gandas on the right edge of the green. Yuvraj Singh was in the center. And Arjun Prasad, currently second in the PGTI order of merit, having to play his way out of trouble, out of the sand trap. Manu, of course, a past winner of the PGTI order of merit, and was the first beneficiary of the agreement between the PGTI and the DP World Tour, the European Tour. Spent a year in Europe and is back plying his trade on the domestic circuit, as is OP Chauhan, Om Prakash Chauhan of Mau, and Veer Alawat was the most recent. The race, of course, Rakesh, for this year's beneficiary, this year's winner of the PGT Order of Merit, still wide open. Yuvraj Sandhu currently, I think, about 4.5 lakhs ahead of Arjun, but Arjun. 6 events to go, so there's plenty to be played for. Lots of incentive. True. And hopefully at some point, our players will benefit from this and retain and their card on the European Tour and carry on playing instead of having, 1 year stints as they are doing currently.
Yeah. And I also feel that this event, DP World India Championship, was a huge opportunity for Indians to actually showcase their craft. Unfortunately, we didn't make the most of it. Otherwise, I think the PGTI could have made a play to increase the number of like exemptions to play on the European tour from one to a little more. But having said that, I think every subsequent year, every time the DP World event comes to India, uh, I think Indians will have an opportunity
Yeah.
to not only just see where they stand, but also to stake a claim for a higher number of spots.
We'll come back to that in a minute. Manu Gandas from the edge of the green, the 17th hole. This is a par 4. Yeah. Long putt. And
It was a
you
great
really
attempt.
don't want to overrun the hole by too much either. So basically left him with a tap in. That's his penultimate hole done for Manu Gandas, currently in third place on 10 under par, making way for Yuvraj Singh and Arjun Prasad to do their cleanup on the penultimate hole of the 1 crore rupee Poona Club Open 2025. The host venue also, of course, being the sponsor, the main sponsor of this event, Yuvraj Singh. It's a mid-range putt. Also shaving the hole on the low side, on the high side, I beg your pardon. Oh, and another tap and finish. Yes, coming back to that point, Rakesh, I completely agree with you. And from the large number of Indians who got in, it was not a great performance. I mean, not great to see
Yeah.
the few that made the cut. But again, the more Indian players get to play these events, which means the more international events that have to be attracted to India
Brought in here, yeah, true.
is the better it will be for them, because
Yeah.
the standards are such in world level golf that and particularly the European tour has shown with the Ryder Cup recently that they're not very far behind the PGA tour in terms of standards of golf.
Absolutely.
So so the more events our players get to play against that level of opposition, it's physically, as Rahul Bajaj pointed out a little while ago, that there's not much in separating you in terms of the physical part of it, the hitting and the putting. It's the look at that, Arjun Prasad,
Mental
nice
side of
clean
it,
up
I
there.
think, yeah.
It's the other thing, the
Yeah.
more intangible things, the temperament, the ability to withstand pressure. Maybe all of that gets tested. It's only when it is tested that you will find, growth and change. Azhar almost chipping in there. This is the lead
That was
group,
a
of
good
course,
attempt,
in
yeah.
front of you. Nice attempt. Left himself with
I
about a
think
foot to
Azhar
go.
at regular intervals has been coming up with some great shots. It is just that he has just drifted a little bit more because of the bad start which he's had in the morning today. Otherwise, day one leader and part of the leading group on day three. So he's been around there. But it is just that he finds himself a little low on the leaderboard because of the bad start. But he's been playing pretty aggressively. He's been looking absolutely positive and he's been going for the pin. And that's what makes him a good contender, even though he's trailing a bit at the moment.
Two double bogeys,
Yeah, that is
is a big
yeah,
handicap to
that
overcome. But
undid
he's
a
done
lot
a
of
good
things. Yeah,
job. He's
yeah.
steadied himself after that. He picked up
Yeah,
a
the
shot
back
after
nine
the
has been
turn,
good. Yeah, so
and he's
far.
played very consistent golf.
Yeah.
Has found himself in slightly difficult places,
Yeah.
but has managed to come out really well. So great, a lot of credit to the Hyderabad player. And on your screen, of course, our event
The
leader
leader.
as well as PGTI order of merit leader Yuvraj Sandhu, currently 15 under par. 16. No, he's picked up a
Yeah.
shot. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
On the 15th hole, so that again gives them a 3-shot cushion over Shaurya Bhattacharya. 16 under par to 13 under par as things stand. Yuvraj.
This was another makeable putt which he missed.
That's his third putt, Rakesh, in
Yeah.
the last 6 holes from
Yeah.
this almost this
On the back
exact
nine,
same
yeah,
range
true.
between 6 and 9 feet that he's sort of not managed to cash in on. He's converted some long ones.
Long ones, yeah, we saw that on the
And
11th.
at one point, it looked like his putter was really, really hot.
Absolutely.
And but this is these tiddly ones sometimes between not really a tiddler, but it's a little more than that. That has sort of seen him. That's really tested him. Shaurya, of course, Shaurya Bhattacharya second on the leaderboard now, much closer putt. Making no mistake there, young man, after that opening bogey on the very first hole has really sort of tightened things up. Picked up one shot before the turn, and is a further 3 birdies thereafter, and moving into the final 2 holes of moving day, the third day of the Pune Club Open. He is 3 shots behind this man on your screen, Yuvraj Sandhu, 16 under par, and looking to keep that gap as it is. Tidying up there. Yuvraj generally sets very high standards for himself, and he will not be happy with the way his putter has performed in those at that range between, like I said, 6 and
Yeah, because yesterday he was nailing everything between 10 and 12 feet,
Right.
up to 15 feet as well on the back nine.
Right.
And you are absolutely right. He won't be happy with himself, though he still holds on to a 2-shot lead. But I think it'll still be a little difficult for him. But as we focus on those who have been up there, Yuvraj and Shaurya, they started as joint leaders. But let's have a quick look at those who have made some strides here. Among them, of course, Shamim Khan, former Order of Merit winner. He has climbed Rahul 24 spots today. And that is some leap, I must say.
Old Fox never ruled
Yeah.
somebody like Shamim out, and right now another old Fox was in action on your screen just a few seconds ago. Thangaraja, 3-time winner this year, playing himself onto the green and giving himself a good look at closing out this 18th hole. As you heard Rahul Bajaj mention a little while ago, this is a bit of a relief hole after the 16th and 17th, which are
Testing
slight
things, yeah.
nerve shredders. And this group now will be looking to bring an end to day's proceedings. And to see you through to the end of day's proceedings, here is Rahul Bajaj for you once again.
Well, I was about to say I'm back on the winner's circle, but unfortunately, right now I'm just in the commentator's circle. So, so here we are now with the action on the course. Of course, lots has happened. Lots of players catching up with tons of birdies, and that certainly makes for some interesting viewing as we move into the final day. It's proceedings tomorrow, and certainly will be interesting pickings as we take a look. Of course, Yuvraj Sandhu with that birdie on the 15th and then a drop shot on the 16th hole is back to 15 under par. Shaurya Bhattacharya trying to stay steady with pars on 15th and 16th. Of course, the 17th and the 18th remain to be played. N. Thangaraja from Sri Lanka with a superb par there on the 17th hole after hitting the right rough. Hits that low bunter through the trees and makes an up and down from the front edge of the green. Stunningly done. 7 under par currently for the tournament, coming up onto this 18th hole with the galleries flanking this green on the left side with the clubhouse back there, and the kids, Thangaraja comes up short and taps that one in. Should be a par for Sri Lanka's pride. We have Jairaj Singh, one of the few left-handed golfers that we see around. Jairaj Sandhu currently at a tie for 8th position at 6 under par. As we see, Veera Lawat also has dropped a shot on the 17th and moved down to 8 under par, tying himself alongside Manoj S. as well as Shivendra Sisodia. Sisodia also with a score of 3 under par today, moved on to 8 under for the tournament. Jairaj draining that one up beautifully into the hole. Brilliant putt. Downhill from the left to the right.
Jairaj is one who has had a very eventful round. 4 bogeys and 4 birdies, out of which he birdied 3 times over the first 6 holes, and thereafter recovered a bit to find par at the end of the day.
Veera Lawat with that little tap in, and there we have the players now making their way off the green and finishing up their moving day attempt. Jairaj Sandhu here in our replay. We've got now the final groups coming in onto the 18th hole. That on our screens now is Veera Lawat, the player who plies his trade mostly now on the DP World Tour. So had a pretty good opening season on the DP Tour, trying to save his card as we take a look at Anshul Kaptial on the 17th. That ball just seemed like it just didn't want to go in. That's about all. Just didn't have the mood, I guess. Kaptial certainly not quite happy with that. Yuvraj Singh now coming up onto the 18th. Yuvraj Singh going for a 2-on here. Has he crossed over and come to the other side or not? Yet to figure that out. 18th hole here is a par 5 with trees on the left as well as on the right. The left side, in fact, beyond the trees has got the OB line here. And then there is another creek that runs down the fairway over this for the second shot, and a hazard on the left side of the green as well. It's a little bit shorter of the green, like about 30 to 40 yards short of the green, but still pretty much can come into play for anyone who catches it a touch weak on their second shots. Manu Gandas also going in for a 2-on attempt here. As we see, Arjun Prasad is further up. Not quite sure if he's there in 1 or in 2. Veera Lawat closing in with bogeys on 17 and 18, drops off to 7 under par, tied for 7th position alongside Tangaraja. It's an unfortunate close for Veer. And Jairaj Sandhu, in fact, closed in with an eagle. So that beautiful putt that we all saw was an eagle putt, and he moves to 8 under par. A tie for 4th position currently with Shivendra Sisodia and Manoj S. There on our screens, Manu Gandas is now ready to play his second shot onto the 18th. Pin today on the 18th hole here at the Poona Club is 11 in from the front and 4 from the right. Manu Gandas has a good look at it from the left side of the fairway. He's really gone for it over the trees and up onto the fairway. Not quite made his way onto the green though. He's much shorter than that. Seems like he's having a bit of a contemplative chat with his caddy regarding how he hit that shot. Not quite happy with that attempt. We take a look now at Arjun Prasad, winner of the tournament at the Coimbatore Golf Club just a few weeks ago.
Arjun has had a tough round, Rahul. Started with a double bogey, dropped another shot on the 5th, picked up one on the 7th, and then dropped another one on the 16th. So 3 over par for the day.
Well, as we get a confirmation from the on-ground staff, this is Arjun's second shot. It's much further than the rest of the 2 players that we saw. They both had to go with a wood or a hybrid. And there we've got Prasad nearly 30-40 yards by them. You know, the rest of the players probably needing roaming to chat with him.
So he's 2 on.
And there we have Prasad has made his way onto the center of the green. Should have a good look at eagle uphill attempt, and Yuvraj Singh now walking down to his golf ball towards the left side of the green. So our leader is Yuvraj Sandhu, currently at 15 under, and Shaurya Bhattacharya at 13 under par. Players now on the 17th hole, while the group of Manoj S. Anshul Kaptial, Manish Takran have just finished the 18. Yuvraj Singh, Manu Gandas, Arjun Prasad just walking up onto it. Manoj S. Anshul Kaptial just yet to make it to the 18th green. Yuvraj Singh's group is now walking up onto it. Anshul Kaptial's group has just finished the 17th. There we've got Yuvraj Sandhu coming up from the right side. He too seems to have hit it in the right rough over here. It seems like he has an aerial route though. Didn't quite have to play the kind of shot that Tangaraja played some time back. We lost sight. And Sandhu going aggressively even from the rough, just on the back edge, should have just about 20 feet or so for a birdie. Pretty aggressive from that lie. That's something to learn from all of these players. Clearly, this is now professional golf is very much about a game of birdies and eagles. There's no room for pars, there's no room for bogeys anymore. So you've got to give yourself 18 opportunities for birdies and hopefully convert half of them.
Sandhu is really showing that he has the intent to enlarge that lead. He's not the one to sit quiet and let Shauri come in closer and closer. I mean, he's just making things happen here. And Shaurya has had a great run. I mean, barring the dropped shot on the first, he's been very steady and has found 2 birdies and 2 pars over the last 4 holes, coming to the 17th. Looking good.
Well, Shaurya,
one. Yeah.
Shaurya seems to have set himself up pretty beautifully here on the 17th as well. Beautiful Poona Golf Club. That is the hazard which is between the 11th and the 12th holes. Manu Gandas there coming up onto the 18th hole. Beautiful shot here by Manu, nearly holding that eagle and give himself a tap in for a birdie. What a brilliant shot here by Manu Gandas. This would get Manu up to 11 under par for the tournament when he goes in to make that putt.
Should he do that, he'll be 3 shots ahead of the 4th place player, who is Shivendra Sisodia.
Well, it'll be like a game of the 3 ball, but believe you me, players who are within 5 to 6 shots off the lead will very much have a realistic chance because of the nature of the golf course. You really have to just get something going over there, and you never know. You could end up making a lot of birdies out there. You can make like 8 to 10 birdies, but provided you can get onto a hot streak. If you don't, it can also play as a very tricky course. As you can tell, you see Arjun Prasad has had a pretty tricky day himself. Now putting for an eagle here on the 18th hole. Can Arjun save 2 shots out of all those drop shots today on the course? I vote for Arjun to make this putt, and currently at 4 under par. Let's see what he does. Prasad coming up just short of the hole for his eagle attempt. Should be able to save a birdie here. Both Arjun and Azhar both having tough days out on the course. Divyanshu Bajaj with birdie on hole number 5 as well as 7, turning up at 2 under par, and then goes 3 under through the 10th, and then drops off all those shots and finishes at even par. So a couple of drop shots there. That's what I was saying. The course can give you birdie opportunities, but it can also get pretty tricky out there. If you miss it a few.
True. Like the way you said that this course will allow opportunities for those to make a comeback, and they have a realistic chance of being among the leaders maybe tomorrow in the second half of the day. Just take the example of the experienced Shamim Khan. He's had he's so far had the best card of the day. He's 6 under, bogey free round, and he has climbed more than 20 spots.
Manu Gandas now for birdie, and drains that one in. No trouble there for Manu Gandas. Moves himself to 11 under par, and that'll be just 4 shots away from Sandhu, as Sandhu and Bhattacharya now make their way on the 17th. That we have Prasad now putting for birdie. Arjun Prasad should finish after this moving day at 5 under par. Certainly has moved in the wrong direction where he would have wanted to, but nonetheless, going into the final round, he still has room to make up. Yuvraj Singh also finishing at 5 under par. And like you were mentioning about Shamim just a few moments ago, Rakesh, I think Shamim has been waiting to get back an opportunity to play well, and Shamim, we've seen the first of him, in fact, this entire year. 6 under par, bogey free, on very much a golf course, which is probably very well suited to his game, with the scores of 74 and 68 to begin this tournament, and a 6 under par today. So Sandhu cleans up for a par here on the 17th. Unfortunately, we missed out on Bhattacharya's putt, so we will apprise you of the latest score.
And a short while ago, we saw Arjun ending his round with a birdie, and that was his first birdie over 11 holes today. His first on the back nine, and gives him a card of 2 over for the day. So,
well, I think Arjun probably has had not such a great round today, but he has been playing phenomenally throughout the season, and I think he will come back tomorrow nice and strong. As we take a look at Kaptial now, coming up onto the 18th hole. Kaptial also with a long iron into this green. Big hitter. Makes his way onto the green. Should have about 40 or 50 feet for an eagle attempt, all the way uphill to the hole. So a good look at that. We've got Manish now. Manish standing there in the fairway, signaling something. I'm not quite sure what it is for. The third player in the group seems to be slightly lost in the woods. The woods over here seem to have converted into a hazard, as I can tell from those red stakes. There used to be really thin trees on the left side earlier, all along the side of the fairway, and players used to jokingly call that the Yerwada jail, because once you got in there, you could be in there for all day long, pretty much playing ping pong with the trees.
And Rahul, I must add that you definitely know the geography and the topography of this place pretty well.
I would have played ping pong at some point of time over there for sure.
Yeah, you said it.
Manoj S, I think, was in the left trees over there, but seems to have hacked his way out.
Great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
As we get back here to the live action, for all of those who are just joining us, this is the Poona Club Open 2025. Manoj S coming up onto the 18th hole with his third shot from the right rough. Tough shot from that angle, but Manoj S makes his way onto the dance floor. And for all of you late comers, the prize purse of this event is 1 crore rupees. Yuvraj Sandhu leads the way at 15 under par. Shaurya Bhattacharya creeping up slowly and steadily, now at 14 under par for the tournament. Just one shot ahead is Sandhu. Manu Gandas finished his penultimate round, his moving day round, with a score of 5 under par and a total score of 11 under par. This tournament here is supported by the Poona Club, and some of our title sponsors are Vencob and NECC, as well as Ventiv. We've got SKS Fasteners, Elika. We've got Marvel Realtors, Shubban Investments, DFMC, Automech, and Kinetic, as well as Novotel Poona Nagar Road is the associate partner for this week's event. 126 players have gone in from across the world as well as across the country here at the Poona Club to compete for this prize purse of 1 crore rupees. And some international names have been N. Thangaraja as well as Subhash Tamang from Nepal, who've come in to play this tournament. That's Manish Thakran coming in from the left side of the fairway, just beyond the hazard on the 18th. And the ball just about making its way onto the green here for a birdie attempt for Manish. Some of the local competitors who played this week have been Gurki Shergil, Pranam Madikar, Rohan Dole Patil, Aaron Rocky, Jaideep Patwardhan, Rajiv Datar, to name a few. And of course, the Poona Club is spread over 100 acres and is dotted with majestic banyan trees and other trees flowering the course. It's one of the top championship venues in the country. Young Anshul Kaptial on our screen now, coming up for an eagle here on the 18th. Anshul Kaptial could give our viewers as well as all the spectators here on the golf course something to cheer on for. Will Kaptial go in, give that deep red on that scorecard? Green speeds have gone slightly low due to the rains this morning, but the course has dried up phenomenally, Rakesh, at this course. There is no waterlogging to be seen. Anshul Kaptial just comes in slightly short of the hole, should have about 4 feet for a birdie. The course is really drained out pretty well, Rakesh, and very much ready for another championship day tomorrow.
Absolutely. And I give a lot of credit to those behind the show. They've really done a great job where you expect the action to be on irrespective of the interruptions from the weather. And good for the players, good for the organizers, good for the sponsors. And the greenkeepers have done a great job. No question about it.
We've got Manish now coming up from the front part of the green. Currently at 3 under par for the tournament winner on the PGTI Next Gen Tour. A good attempt here by Manish. Should have a little tap in there for a par. And would stick around at 3 under par for the tournament as he moves into the final round of this event. Of course, the moving day can go either way for any of the players. Some players move up, some players move down, some sideways, and where not. And a bunch of players here on the top of the leaderboard who have moved absolutely in the right direction. We've got notable mention is Shamim Khan, former India number 1, 6 under par, bogey free round today. So we've got Gaurav Pratap Singh who shot 3 under par, and Harsh Gangwar with a 4 under par, moving in the right direction.
Shamim has actually moved 23 spots to be precise. And that's some leap.
That must be tiring.
And right behind him is Harsh, 10 spots. And Shivendra Sisodia, he's now sharing this 4th spot with 2 others. He jumped 8 spots there.
There's Manoj S. Putts there for par. Seems like he would have taken probably a penalty shot in the rough. I think that's the reason that he's putting for par. We assume that he was hitting his 3rd shot. I think that the penalty shot would have led him to be there with a shot extra. Kaptial putting for birdie. Young Jujar Singh also shooting 1 under par today to be at 2 under for the tournament. Also, you got Rohan Dole Patil, the local lad, at 2 under par for the tournament. Aditya Bhandarkar, another local boy, even par for the tournament with scores of 71, 71 and 71, a triplet of even pars. Aaron Rocky, also with a triplet of even pars. Both Aaron as well as Aditya Bhandarkar are local lads here from the Pune club. Well, I guess local lads certainly know how to make them even par rounds out here, don't they? Kaptial drains one in for his birdie on his last and final hole of the 3rd round. Another local lad over here is Rajiv Datar, old timer from the Pune club. Scores of 73-69 and a 5 over par today to be at 5 over par for the tournament. These were the local names from this course. Manoj S. A drop shot, another drop shot here on the final hole. He would finish his 3rd round campaign at 7 under par for the tournament, a far shot away from the leader, Sandhu. There we've got some replays coming up. Yuvraj Singh on the 13th hole with a birdie putt, nicking that hole by. We've got Arjun Prasad putting for birdie here, and I wouldn't make it quite into the hole. Bhattacharya. It seems like a highlight of lip outs. Close misses, yes. And Azhar with lip out again. And another one coming up just shy of the hole. And there's another near miss that we had for Eagle from about 50 yards away was Manu Gandas. A compilation there of the near misses from the penultimate day of the PGTI of India's the Poona Club Open 2025. Yuvraj Sandhu now coming up from the left side of the fairway. Second shot onto the par 5 18th. Sandhu seems like he's going for the green with a fairway metal or maybe a hybrid club. A lovely angle to come from, going straight at it. Sandhu eyeing that one like an eagle and set himself up for an eagle opportunity here on the 18th hole. What a brilliant shot here. Just about 20 feet or so, uphill all the way to the hole. Couldn't have placed himself more beautifully than that. Jairaj Sandhu just a few moments ago made an eagle here, but he was much closer than that.
So we are looking at a -6 card for Sandhu if he drains this in, and if he can drain it right away from this point, then a -17. So a fantastic day for the sole leader at this point. He started the day, remember, as a joint leader, and going into the last hole, he enjoys a one-shot lead over the overnight joint leader Shaurya Bhattacharya.
It's when you look at this aerial view, you really understand that how much smaller the green is than the water hazard. So the amount of real estate there has been placed in for the balls to be sucked into the water is way more than they've been placed in for the greens.
True.
Well, if you're not having too much of a great time on the greens, you can certainly take a dip in the water. You won't miss that one. Sweet. Now we have that leader group walking in, chin up, chest out, onto the 18th green.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या बावाली जिद क्या बावाली जिद क्या बावाली जिद
2 decades of creating history, 50 iconic projects, 450 buildings, 9,000 families strong at Pune's most prestigious prime addresses: Kharadi, Viman Nagar, Koregaon Park, Boat Club Road. Experience the pinnacle of luxury with Marvel Realtors.
Back with the live action here, Yuvraj Sandhu. They're poised up for an eagle opportunity. We are yet to be apprised of Shaurya Bhattacharya as well as Mohammad Azhar's whereabouts.
Sure, Azhar is not too far away, I think.
Bhattacharya, I think,
Bhattacharya is off the green now.
He's here in 2 shots. This will be. He's coming in from the right side of the fairway, and the pin is also on the right side today. Bhattacharya, of course, trying to cook up another birdie if he can on this final hole, which is a par 5 here at the Poona Club. Well, can he chip this one in for an eagle? While Manu Gandas did leave the doors open. A brilliant shot here by Shaurya Bhattacharya, setting himself up for yet another birdie opportunity. Slightly downhill putt, should not break too much, just a little bit from the left to the right. So only about 4 feet beyond the hole.
By the looks of it, Rahul, we are going to see the leaders separated by the leader and the second best guy separated by a shot at the end of the day, because both are likely to get a birdie, but Yuvraj still has a chance to convert a long eagle putt.
Sandhu eyeing that one. He's of course got some room that he wants to cover with a couple of drop shots, one on the 16th. Also, there's missed an opportunity or two on the 13th and the 14th. Sandhu certainly wants to command his own over here with this putt. Will he be able to stamp his authority over here on the 18th green or not? Fabulous putter that he is. Will he give the crowd something to cheer for? Stylish Yuvraj Singh Sandhu. Very peculiar way of coming and addressing the ball. and comes up just short of the hole. Yuvraj Sandhu. Just a tiny little tap in left for him to make a birdie here on the 18th hole to finish at 16 under par for the tournament on this third day, as he leads the way at 16 under, currently 2 shots ahead. Let's wait and watch what Bhattacharya does on his own birdie putt. Mohammad Azhar also for a birdie here from nearly the similar spot to where Jairaj Singh Sandhu was a few moments ago. Interestingly, a left-to-right putt for a left-hander is a bit easier than a left-to-right downhill putt for a right-hander. So be interesting to see what Mohammad Azhar does over here. Of course, he should have no troubles. And drains that one in beautifully. Mohammad Azhar, par putt here on the 18th. Just to apprise our viewers, Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala also finishing up with a birdie on the 18th hole, is now at 6 under par for the tournament and a tie for 9th position. We weren't quite sure what he made on the final hole, but scorecard is now submitted. Varun Parekh also shooting 2 under par to be at 6 under par, tied alongside Yuvraj, and Om Prakash Chauhan, Gachima. All the players at 6 under par, tie for 9th position. As we take a look at Bhattacharya. Bhattacharya putting to be at 15 under par for the tournament. It was a bit of a hit and a miss. A hard hit into the lip, and it seems like a bit of an overdone line, perhaps.
Opportunity there to close in on Yuvraj.
And that would leave us with Yuvraj Sandhu leading the way at 16 under par now after the third round here at the Poona Club Open 2025. And Bhattacharya at 14 under par, just 2 shots away. And Manu Gandas, the former India number 1, at 11 under par. Mind you, Sandhu has also been number 1 on the PGTI order of merit. So there's a lot of action that remains to be seen, which is coming up in this final round tomorrow here at the Poona Club. So interesting days and a lot of interesting number of birdies that will be showcased on this course tomorrow. I think, Rakesh, like we were discussing earlier, 20 under or so plus is something that I think is very much doable.
It looks real to me. And considering the way Sandhu has played over the last 2 days rather, he's -6 today for the day, -16 for the tournament. Yes. For me, -20 and beyond looks real.
Well, of course, it's early days still. We never know until the tournament is really over tomorrow after the 18 holes remaining. So the final round remains. Sandhu will walk in as the leader coming into tomorrow. Bhattacharya will be following him 2 shots away, and will certainly be an interesting outing. And
Mummy says no अंडा in summer.
क्यों? तू समर में खेलता नहीं क्या? समर में एनर्जी नहीं लगती क्या? ज्यादा लगती है।
अंडा तो हर सीजन में सुपर हिट है।
सुपरस्टार है ये। सर्दी हो या गर्मी, संडे हो या मंडे,
रोज खाओ अंडे।
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
When it's just another day and you want something special. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chicken, Frankie's chicken in minutes. 4 minute, 5 minute, 6 minute chicken, Frankie's chicken in minutes. Frankie's chicken in minutes.
Chicken wings, chicken cutlets, chicken salami, chicken nuggets, chicken tikka, chicken tenders, chicken pops, chicken burger.
It's in minutes, gone in seconds.
Come together with Venky's.
And here we are with the leaderboard that currently stands after the end of the penultimate round here at the Poona Club Open 2025. Yuvraj Sandhu leads the way at 16 under. Shaurya Bhattacharya at 14 under par. Manu Gandas at 11 under par. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. Let's see which of the players is going to come out all guns blazing. For all of you who have joined us today for this third round's coverage, we request you and implore you all to join us again tomorrow. And also do share the link of the live telecast with your other friends who enjoy the sport of golf and would enjoy watching some of the best talents in the country. Big thanks to the PGTI Tour partners, Victorious Choice, IndusInd Bank, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Amul, as well as Campa and Rolex, of course, a name which is known to everyone. Which of these players is going to come around with the kind of fizz that Campa has is yet to be seen tomorrow, and whoever is going to be powered by the protein from Amul, as well as all the hydration from Amrutanjan Electro Plus, that Yuvraj Sandhu. Some of the highlights from today. Sandhu with that birdie on the 11th. Bhattacharya with a superb par putt here on the 11th hole, making an up and down from the front part of the green. And that is Yuvraj Singh from Kapurthala. Ronald Cooker. That's Arjun Prasad saving his par here on the 14th hole, sorry. And Manu Gandas. Bhattacharya with his attempt for birdie on the 13th. And makes it. Anshul Kaptial. And Manish Takran. Yuvraj Sandhu on the 14th hole. Coming up just short of the hole, but setting himself up for a beautiful birdie opportunity. This is Azhar. Absolutely online, but just short. And Sandhu, unfortunately, not quite the putt he wanted on that hole. And Bhattacharya making a birdie. Players on the 14th here. And as we go to the 15th, Manish finding the bottom of the cup. And Yuvraj Singh. Jairaj Sandhu with that lovely eagle on the final hole. Man, giving a few people a reason to cheer. And a brilliant shot this. Manu with that birdie. And should I call that an eagle miss? And Mohammad Azhar with that beautiful putt. Curling left to right putt. One of the tougher putts for a right-handed golfer, but Azhar, of course, making no meal of that. And Shaurya Bhattacharya, the putt that could have taken him to 15 under par, remains at 14 under par to come into the final day here. Interesting 18 holes that we are all going to be viewing tomorrow from the commentary box. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for this penultimate rounds coverage. We hope to see you again tomorrow for the final rounds coverage here for the Poona Club Open 2025 alongside my co-hosts Rahul Banerjee and Rakesh Rao. This is Rahul Bajaj signing off.
coincided with the time now. It's like, yeah, sorry. Let me go back to my day job. I will go back to my day vocation of all. It's a very nice space to be. Yeah. So okay, see you tomorrow. That's fine. Yes. Alrighty. All right, thank you. She was reading those videos. Like, I was just sitting with you about this. Probably has his cat video, that's why. Oh, possibly. Today, I was stopped. They said that we have no information about your car details or anything last time. And I said, okay, I'll wait. What to do? I spoke to Akriti, she said it's getting sorted. I said, hey, this happened. All of a sudden, he said, aapka kaam ho gaya, sir. I said, okay. This happened with me also last time. Possibly. I did not call the company because I hardly had 5 surveys left to come in. Okay. So I just paid the fees and I waited. Okay. Yeah. But I mentioned it to Akriti that there was the problem. Yeah. But I was supposed to pay in case we can pay. You can pay and get a car. Okay, this I was that option I did. Yeah, sometimes at least you know that so that you can hurry. Yeah, that's what at least you don't waste your time.